Here we go, Leslie.
There I am.
Here you are. Look, you are looking sharp today. Good everything. Good color, good background, good presentation. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Thank you. Not wearing the glasses today to avoid the glare. That was a really interesting discussion. As you know, and I think everyone knows, I am a big ally of the queer community. I consider myself queer as well. So I found that very refreshing and very interesting. A lot of great points being made. And I agree with most of them. I have some questions about some of them, but I think it's important to finally start talking about that. In a very educated and respectful manner. So I just want to tell you and Steph and the doctor that was very interesting and refreshing for me to hear that discussion.
Thank you for saying that, Leslie, because people need to understand that what you just said is exactly what that was the final, I think the final conclusion of the discussion was, can we just have discussions? Is that okay? Is that okay to go for understanding and we don't have to agree on everything? Is that so hard of an ask? Because what you just said is exactly what we want. We hope to get this from people. I was saying the same thing. When I remember when we were on the Sherwood channel and we were having I think a first guest we ever had on, Mindy Robinson, and we were live streaming, and she brought up some stuff I wasn't ready to talk about at all. I wasn't fully educated. I wasn't versed. She had some strong opinions, I think, on abortion for sure. We definitely disagreed on that, but she brought up some of this stuff and kind of went sped by it. And all of the people watching in our community, they were just so, how dare, they were texting me, blowing me up. While she's like, "You got to get her off of this right now. This is not okay." And I was like, "Wait, that doesn't seem right." I mean, I might be like, I wonder what she meant by that, or that was a little weird. But I'm not. To get so angry and say, "Turn off her mic, shut her up." That is the wrong way to do this. And I'm just glad we got away from that, and we're in this space now with our audiences. And I'm glad during that conversation, my phone wasn't blowing up.
What you were talking about with Mindy Robinson, I think I was one of those people that was really upset. I think there's a difference on how you say things and the tone you say things in, and how the words that you use and the accusations and stuff. I think the conversation today, again, with Steph and the doctor, was very interesting and refreshing to me, very respectful. Now, when someone expresses that people who are pro-choice are baby killers, that's when I think you're gonna ruffle some feathers, but because I'm pro-choice and I'm not a baby killer. So I think there was a difference in how information is shared and received. Just thought to throw that out there.
That's a good point. But then again, we have to just be the adults in the room and say, "Oh, interesting. So you're calling us a baby killers? Okay, well here's
Tell me
a
more."
pushback to that. Time to push back. So we gotta tell each other this is how it goes. Pushing back is different than cutting off someone's mic. So pushing back is better because we all benefit from pushback. It means that we have a chance to make our case and they have a chance to hear it. And whether they want to listen or not, that's another story. But if you'd rather not make your case, you'd rather turn someone off, you're not going to win anything because then people are going to be like, "Well, why did their screen just go dark? What are you trying to hide from us?" Well, what, you don't have the ability to challenge that statement? You don't have the ability to counter it? So that's a strike on you. If your instinct is to shut someone off before pushing back at them, then that's a strike on your ability or inability to engage in a healthy debate. And Leslie, we have every right to call out someone's approach too. We can say, "Hey, you think we could maybe find a better way to say that?" Because when you say it like that, this is what it comes across as. So we can educate people in how they can be better
Sure.
too. So all of that's important. But I appreciate you, bringing all that up. Very cool.
Well, I appreciate you, and that was a great guest that you had on. Okay, so let's start with some comments from the very beginning. This is my friend from work, Nurses United. The flu got me bad this year, but still, I don't advocate for the vaccine. Eat your fruits, eat your veggies, hydrate. Vitamin A, B, C, D, and E, zinc, and magnesium at bedtime. Take care. Thank you for that. We don't hear that enough in the healthcare and the hospital system. This is a true way to boost your immune system, not just with vaccines. And if you don't want a vaccine, I support you on that. You can do these natural things to help boost your immune system. So thank you.
I love it. Thank you, Nurses United. Yeah,
And
fruit.
sunlight.
I don't know. Nurses United might have missed exercise, so let's piggyback on that one. That's
You know
very
what? I'll put it back on that. Exercise,
yeah
great sleep.
yeah
We have to have our
sleep
hours of REM sleep
yeah
and sunlight.
and sunlight. Beautiful,
You
love
need
it.
to be outdoors, man.
I'm sure Fauci would have told us all this, Leslie, if he just had more time. They always cut him. They always cut to a. They had to get cut to a commercial for a Pfizer product, so he didn't have enough time. But that was he was supposed to say those things, but he was too busy telling us to be 6 feet apart and not go to school and shut down small businesses and censor the shit out of you if you had any questions and wear a mask and get ready to get your
Oh yeah.
next shot. So those are. It takes a lot of airtime to say those things. So that's why he didn't get to say those things that Nurses United just told us. So I'm sure he would have if they gave him more time. That's all.
You know, you really have to cut him a break. The guy was busy doing stuff and
He was busy paying off.
reading off what people want him to say, and corporations really.
He was too busy bribing scientists to change their mind about the COVID origins, about herd immunity, about all the things. He was bribing with millions of dollars. That takes a lot of effort and time to do that. Bribing is hard. It's hard. It's a hard job. It's a hard job bribing people. I mean, you got it's sensitive. You got to word the email correctly, and would you do it for 2 million, 3? Will you lie for me? It's hard. It takes a real wordsmith, master of relationships, really a sales professional to be able to pull it off. So yeah.
From Chatter X, the individual is handicapped by coming face to face with a conspiracy so monstrous he cannot believe it exists. Chatter X always has the best quotes. I really enjoy Chatter X's comments. This is by J. Edgar Hoover, former FBI director. By their deeds, you shall know them. Deeds, not words. Thanks, Chatter X. I care. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, thank you. I care. I see that early on they asked Craig, "Are you an atheist?" Exactly, Matt Debbie Downer. So,
well, no, I'm glad we didn't have a chance to put up this comment during our little friendly debate. But I care 22. Just so you know, I consider myself an atheist, which is way different than the pessimist, which I guess we were using the term nihilist. I was basically asking Craig indirectly if he was a nihilist, because that's what I think people think that's what atheism is. Atheism is not nihilism. Atheism is being open, uncommitted to things until they see it on paper, but not negative. Really, atheism is not really negative. I think they want us people to think it is. It's not nihilism. That's everything sucks. There's no point to anything. So I don't like that association with atheism. But yeah, that would be the actual question for Craig: is are you a nihilist?
well, look, I always say this, Matt. I think I've said it a couple times already in in your show. I'm a nurse. I don't know a lot, but I can't. At this point, most of us can't control who is in office. If Harris would have won, I still would have hoped that she does something good. I still would have hoped for the best, although I really didn't have high hopes for her. Now that Donald's in office, and I'm very transparent that I don't like the guy. I never have liked the guy. I support some of the things he does and says, but unlike a lot of the people in my life, I really hope he does something good for the people.
Yeah.
And not just we, the people in the USA, but all the places in the world that are affected by us.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to put your comment, because you wrote this comment. I don't know much anything, but I hope something good, at least a few things, come out of these next 4 years. I like that attitude, Leslie. Maybe I'm going to bring you on with Craig next time to help me, because I need another positive energy with me, because maybe we could get that smile or that frown to turn back up the right side and be a smile.
I'm not good at confrontation. Let's see. This is when you show the segment on the two people that were shot because someone thought they were Palestinian. Nurses United writes, "That's sinister, disgusting for wanting to shoot someone for that reason." Um, thanks, Nurses United. Let's see, I Care says, has no presence in his eyes, funded by U U.S. aid. Thanks for these comments. Let's see. Ooh, the Chatter X that no one ever mentions that socialism and communism were the first prisoners in Nazi concentration camps, not Jews. Ooh, there is a link. Thank you, Chatter X. We'll check it out as well.
Yeah.
I'm going too fast. Let me know, Matt.
No,
Chatter X,
that's fine.
free speech is my right to say what you don't want to hear. George Orwell.
That's
like
great.
that one
Great speech, because we talk about this all the time. That's the best quote. I think I took like 3 sentences to say the same thing. So I'm glad you put that up there, ChatterX. Free speech is my right to say what you don't want to hear. It's also your right to say what I don't want to hear. That, and if we understand that, there we go. Those are having principles and having, a moral compass when it comes to being for something, which we all pretend to be for free speech, but only those of us that can apply this really, really, truly are for free speech. So thank you, ChatterX.
It's very principled, because I used to think, and this was a long time ago, probably before we met, that if anyone is saying anything hateful or against a people or against a certain type of people or their sexualities or whatever, something that I disagreed with, I would think, well, they shouldn't be spewing that hate on social media. It's wrong. But now I think about me saying free Palestine is hate speech to a certain type of people in the world, and I want that right protected. So I don't agree with a lot of things that are said, but we have to defend that right of free speech. So agree with that.
Yep.
I like this one. Chatter X, kind of in the middle. If you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed. Yep. And all the other mainstream medias right now, and loving the people who are doing the oppressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly what's happening right now, right? Joker's
Yeah,
for you.
there was a meme going around with Lisa Simpson on the Simpsons blackboard. So on this particular one, she's saying, if the media is championing the thing that you're in the streets for, guess what? You're not part of the resistance.
Right.
You're that. Just what is the media covering? Whatever if they're covering the thing that you're going, yeah, fight back. And if you turn on CNN and see the thing that you're going, yeah, you should second guess. Am I on the side of the resistance, or am I on the side of the protecting of the oligarchy? Because I guarantee you, if CNN is covering it, you're on the side of protecting the oligarchy and the billionaire class interests. That's what you're doing.
You know what I suspect is really strong in the mainstream media right now is the family about the Bibas family. They're awaiting closure after Hamas returns bodies.
Oh, you want to get into
probably
this?
all over social media. This just happened, I guess, I don't know, a few hours ago. It breaks my heart anytime a child or an innocent person is injured or hurt over these stupid wars and genocide. Of course, I feel for this family. Of course, I do. I find it interesting. I think I messaged you, Matt, that we know the name of this family, but how often does mainstream media or newspapers name a Palestinian family? We don't know any of their names.
It's worse than that, Leslie. This story, we didn't have time to cue it up earlier today, but Max Blumenthal covered this very well earlier this morning.
Okay.
This is a BS piece of shit story, because
Okay.
the father of the dead children, the baby particularly, the father has already said on camera, this was a while ago, this was months and months ago, he said that Netanyahu did this. The IDF killed this family.
I believe that
So
1,000%.
So anybody yapping, and we saw Meghan McCain yapping about this, saying whoever did this needs to burn in hell. Yeah, guess what, Meghan McCain? You just said, I never thought a McCain would say. I think this was Max. I think it was Max that replied to this. It was brilliant. He goes, I never thought I'd see a McCain wish the IDF go to effing hell, because that's what you just did. You don't even know, because you're not getting the correct information. Hamas did not kill these innocent babies. I'm going to be 100% clear. We know this for a fact. The media reporting this shit right now is lying to us and leaving that part out. We already know this. This is already an open and shut case. It's way too bad that we're and Hamas. I don't know the situation there. I know this. I know Jackson Hinkle just interviewed a Hamas leader yesterday or 2 days ago. You guys need to check out that interview. You want to hear what's actually going on because you ain't going to get no interview with Hamas on CNN. That's for
No, you're not.
so just letting you guys know this story ain't what it looks like, and I wish we had gotten it in time and put it on Top Censor News. But there's so much else. But thank you, of for bringing it up. And those of you who don't know, let's bring it up so people can look it up. Maybe we'll cover it on Tuesday. Actually, you know what? I might want to. This is a big enough deal. I'm going to cover this one on Tuesday, guys. I want to maybe do this with Jay. I'm going to do this story with Jay. This is a good one. So if you guys want to get a head start on it before we get to it, it's the Bibas family. The breaking news is that they're bringing the bodies of hostages have been brought back. But the people that killed them were the IDF. They were following the Hannibal Directive. That's what they were doing on October 7th. It's called the Hannibal Directive, and it means you have a right, Israel has a right to weaponize their own people against themselves in order for the greater good, which was war on Hamas, which was ultimately extermination of Palestinian people for the greater Israel. That is the objective. In order to achieve the objective, in their military code, they were allowed to follow the Hannibal Directive. That's it.
Disgusting. Let's see. Stands out to you. ChatterX says, by the way, in April 2004, Ukraine signed a law allowing free access of NATO troops on its territory. And in 2017, NATO base already existed on the territory of Ukraine, even though there was no formal membership. Russians don't care about formalities if one's trying to fool them. I care.
Yeah, this was during our Ukraine segment with Craig.
Yeah. I care 22 torturing priests, taking over churches, selling Ukrainian soldiers' organs. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how bad Ukraine has gotten, and they still want us to believe it's a democracy. You know, shitbags like Pierce Morgan and all of them, they're still trying to tell us that it's a democracy. And how dare Trump call Zelensky a dictator? How dare he says that Ukraine's not a democracy? Well, it's not. It's not. Yeah.
Someone, Evie Burke, BRK, they were asking how to find the whole video. I think this is when you're showing that ridiculous video, Bernie speaking to the camera.
Yeah, it's a 5-minute video, and I would have played the rest, but me and Craig were so emotionally affected. We just had a rant. So I did cut it off halfway through. It's a 5-minute video. You can go to X and type in Bernie right now. It'll come right up, and you'll see. All you gotta do is go down to the time code of the video, and you'll see it. It'll be a full. Don't watch it. Sometimes people just take little clips, but we want to watch the full 5 minutes. That's the one that got all this traction. I believe it got the most views ever. I don't know if Revolutionary Blackout Network had said it was the most views ever Bernie got in like a half a day. But I don't know if that was on his Instagram account or not. But regardless, watch the whole 5 minutes. It's on X. It's easy to find. That's all. And it's very troubling. Bring a pack of tissues while you watch.
I Care 22 says, "Look, you guys got fooled by Bernie." I sure did. Yep.
We did. Now, fool. What's the line? Fool me once, shame on you. That was 2016. That was 2016. Fool me twice, shame on me. We did not get fooled twice. We saw it in 2020. We saw it in real time. Him saying, "My good friend Joe Biden, my good friend." We knew it was bullshit. We knew it was bullshit January of 2020 when he said he was up in the polls. He was number one in the effing polls. And he said, "We have to do something about Putin. He's trying to make me win." So he said that shit. I was like, dude, did you just blame your first placeness on Putin, who wants you to win, and we have to stop him from having you win? What the fuck are you talking about? So no, fool me once, never again.
What does George Bush say?
He goes, George Bush, yeah, George W. goes, there's an old saying there's an old saying. I don't know if it's here in Texas, but it's in Texas. I don't know if it's here in Oklahoma, but there's an old saying: "Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, you can't get fooled again."
Was that deliberate or did he mess up?
Oh, he completely dropped because he botches it when he says "me." You're supposed to say "you." That's the he said it. So he goes, "Oh, what do I do? I can't start it over."
Chatter X says those who make peaceful revolution impossible will make violent revolution inevitable. John F. Kennedy.
Oh,
Thank
I gotta
you.
find that. Wait, where's that?
Towards the end.
Oh, I got it. I got it. There we go. How? Yeah, yeah,
Thanks, Chatter
yeah.
X, for tuning in and for
Thank you. That.
all of
Thank
your
you for that.
comments as well as everyone else. Uh, let's see, jokers for you. Yes, and I add those who use far right fascism to destroy the reformist, revisionist left make a new revolutionary left possible by me.
Oh, look at that! You quoted yourself there. Jokers for you. Very cool. I like
I
it.
like it.
I like it. Give yourself. Yeah.
Like Chris says, I like it.
Don't.
EVBRK, EV Berg. The Bible is violent too. Is she talking about the Bible? Oh, this is when you started the segment on. I guess Steph started the segment on books and the library and stuff. So Evie's also calling out. Well, the Bible is also very violent. She's talking about the Bible.
Well, actually, that's a good point. And as you guys notice, the Bible is not reading material in school, and it's not something that you're taught in kindergarten,
True.
first, second, third, or fourth. And if you were, there'd be many furious parents. Not just the fact that religion shouldn't be taught in school, but the fact that yes, absolutely it's a violent book. Why the hell would you? And parents who bring their kids to Sunday school, look, I get the sentiment. I understand. Oh, it's the right thing to do. It's very family and tradition. But my God, I would never want my kid in a Sunday school. It's going to be learning about brimstone and fire and burning and eternal damnation and stabbing in the back and sacrificing daughters and murdering and God, vengeful God, and burning up village. Oh my God. And slavery and rape. And oh my God. I would never. But again, we're trying to protect kids. And I think that in a public school system, we understand we don't infiltrate that with religion or any sort of weird thing that shouldn't be. We stick to the education system, stick to the education curriculum. That's what it should be. And there's guidelines. Yeah. Oh, and I'll add this. Stephanie, we didn't say this, but on the phone call, when she told me about that, when we were on a private phone call, she asked me what as a homeless leftist, what would be my reaction and what would I do about that? And I said, you know what? As somebody who doesn't want to censor, because she understood that was the conflict was for if we're against censorship, what do we do about this problem in the school? I said the solution is you have to put warnings and adult content on the material. You have to. That would be the solution. That would be it. And if you feel the need to open up an adult content area in the library, like we used to have in the video stores, the adult section, if you feel the need to do that at your school, I guess go ahead and do it, but make sure the curtain's up and it clearly says adults only past this point. That would be my solution. And then you'll surely realize that that's ridiculous to do in a school. But that would be to say, I'm not for censorship, but I am for labeling material, what's appropriate and what's not. And that's it. Done. Case closed.
Yes, and one last thing, with Shigo, hello, thanks for tuning in. Even if it's a little late, it's okay, you can rewatch it. In 2022, Zelensky said he wanted Ukraine to become a big Israel. I didn't know that, but I believe you.
Well, Craig was talking about the funding of Zelensky, and we have to look at funding, and we do know there's a lot of Israel influence in Ukraine. The Nazi stuff is Zionism. Nazism is Zionism. It's all about creating the fear of anti-Semitism. How do you do that? You create Nazism. It's we've seen this shit, but this is good to point that out. Thank you for that wish to go. Yeah, it's all connected, man. It's all connected, man.
Everything's connected, man. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I love reading all your comments and questions. And I hope everyone has a great weekend and stay safe.